to Remote Control Music Class, a podcast providing a musical adventure for anyone looking to learn about music. My name is Mr. Johnson, and I'll be your guide through this musical journey, and for that, I'm not sorry. Here's how the podcast and today's episode is going to work. We start off with the singing segment.
Let's do some singing.
We have a really nice warm-up with some new solfege examples and some fun shapes to sing, and then we will learn to sing a lovely folk song called Old House. Highly recommend that one in the singing segment today. Then we move off to the rhythm segment.
Time to read the music notes.
In that segment, I put lots of rhythms and notes on the screen, and you have to try to play along. You tap along on your head and your hands and your feet and your face. Not your face. Don't tap along on your face. Today's rhythm segment features another lovely little American folk song. Actually, it's a play party song from Texas called Tideo, where I will challenge you in a 57-step body percussion challenge. Okay, there's not quite 57 steps, but it will be fun nonetheless. Then we move off to the Wildcard segment. And in that segment,
I get to do whatever I want to do because I'm the leader of this podcast.
No, today's Wildcard segment is actually a pretty cool one. We're going to learn a game from Mexico with a really cool little song called Citron. And wait till you see the fun little diagrams I have for that one. You're going to really laugh your heads off. And then finally, the listening segment.
Shh! I'm trying to listen.
And I was so inspired by going through the song El Citron from Mexico that I looked up some mariachi music for you to enjoy, and I asked some interesting questions. After all that, we go to the wrap-up where we summarize the learning that we did for the entire podcast, and I give you instructions on where to take the quiz and more instructions on how to interact with me on the interweb. And this podcast is designed to be your personal musical adventure. So if you don't feel like doing one of the segments that I just mentioned, skip around. The time codes are in the show description. It will be fun no matter what you choose to do. And with that being said, fasten your safety belts. It's time for Remote Control Music Class.
Let's do some singing.
Okay, friends, let's warm up those singing voices. Take a look at this shape. Start low, get high, and then get low again. Here's what it sounds like. We ascend, making our notes go higher, then we descend, making them go lower. Let's try that shape again. Great, let's try the curly Q going up, the curly Q that ascends. Notes start low, they get high. Here we go. Oh, try not to let it go down there at the end. Oh, let's go to the descending curly Q. Start high, bring it down low. Ready? Excellent. Let's do a little echoing with some solfege. Here we go. Take a look at this pattern. La, ti, do. Let's try that one again. You'll notice starting on the low la and then going up to do feels very different than some of the echoes we've done on previous episodes of Remote Control Music Class. Let's try that one again. I sing, you echo. La, ti, do. Okay, let's see if we can change the notes around a little bit. Take a look at this one. Ready? I sing, you echo. La, do, mi. Let's try that one again. La, do, mi. Okay, let's take a look at this one. We start on do, ascend to mi, but then we descend all the way back down to la. This one's going to feel cool. Ready? I sing, you echo. Do, mi, do, la. Let's try that one again. Do, mi, do, la. Excellent. Let's get some TTs in this business. I sing, you echo. La, la, do, mi, la. That mi all the way down to the low la. A big descending leap with your lovely singing voice. Let's try this one again. I sing, you echo. La, la, do, mi, la. And finally, let's take a look at this one. Ooh, gonna add T back into the mix. La, la, ti, do, re, mi. Try that one again. La, la, ti, do, re, mi. All right, let's learn a brand new song. This is an old American folk song called Old House, and I really love the sound of this one. We're going to get singing right away with a little repeated pattern that sounds a little bit like this. Tear it down, 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 tear it down. So you can say I'm only saying tear it down, but there's two slight variations on tear it down. The first one, what happens to the notes? Yes, they get higher. Tear it down. And then what about this one? Tear it down. What do you notice about the notes in that one? They don't change. They stay the same. So throughout the song, I'm going to go through the song from the start. You are going to hear me singing. Tear it down. And tear it down. But the catch is I sing other things in between. You will eventually sing them, but let's see if you can just sing the tear it downs to start. Here we go. Old house, tear it down. Who's gonna help me tear it down? Bring me a hammer, tear it down. Bring me a saw, tear it down. Next thing you bring me, tear it down, is a wrecking machine. Tear it down. How'd you do? Did you keep your tear it downs intact? Or did they get torn down? Oh, Mr. Johnson. All right, let's try it again. See if you can get those tear it downs. Remember, I'm doing other stuff. Woo, here we go. Old house, tear it down. Who's gonna help me tear it down? Bring me a hammer, tear it down. Bring me a saw, tear it down. Next thing you bring me, tear it down, is a wrecking machine. Tear it down. One more time. Old house, tear it down. Who's gonna help me tear it down? Bring me a saw, tear it down. Bring me a hammer, tear it down. Next thing you bring me, tear it down, is a wrecking machine. Tear it down. And that, my friends, is more or less the whole song. So what about those other parts that I was singing? I would love for you to sing them. I sing, you echo. Old house, tear it down. Who's gonna help me tear it down? Bring me a hammer, tear it down. Bring me a saw, tear it down. Next thing you bring me, tear it down, is a wrecking machine. Tear it down. I think that last part is the hardest, but it's also the most fun once you get it. Is a wrecking machine. Tear it down. Awesome. So hopefully you are looking along at the music, kind of seeing where I'm going with this stuff. So let's try to see if we can do the whole song. I invite you to sing the whole thing with me. Here we go. Old house, Awesome. So if you are looking at the paper, you will notice that there is another set of words. There's a second line of words underneath that line we just sang. And what's the difference? Instead of saying old house, it says new house. And instead of saying tear it down, it says build it up. Because why would you tear a new house down? You got to tear the old one down. You got to build that new one up. So what is the same? Scanning around, what does not change? So we've changed old house to new house. We've changed tear it down to build it up. But I'm looking at the layer. Ooh, wait a minute. Still bringing me a hammer to build it up. Still bringing me a saw to build it up. Next thing you bring me is not a wrecking machine, a carpenter boy. Ooh, what does a carpenter do? Yes, a carpenter builds things like houses, bird houses, people houses, dog houses, cat houses. I got to get a carpenter to build a house for my cat. All right, let's try the whole thing. New house, build it up. Nothing changes except the words. The notes are exactly the same. Here we go. I don't know why I'm whispering. New house, build it up. Who's gonna help me build it up? Bring me a hammer, build it up. Bring me a saw, build it up. Next thing you bring me, build it up, is a carpenter boy, build it up. Yeah, let's do that whole thing again, building it up, only this time. Girls, I'm not going to leave you out. Let's bring a carpenter girl. Ready? Here we go. New house, build it up. Who's going to help me build it up? Bring me a hammer, build it up. Bring me a saw, build it up. Next thing you bring me, build it up, is a carpenter girl, build it up. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed singing the song Old House. So let's recap our learning for the singing notes today. First of all, we sang some awesome new solfege patterns starting on low la in do. We usually kind of do do, re, mi, maybe some mi, so, la patterns, but today we did a low la. Sounds very different, and that sound got us right in the mood to sing a brand new folk song called Old House. Well, what about Old House? Well, I think there was that one little pattern that kept staying the same. Tear it down, tear it down. So that kind of repeated throughout the song, plus we added some other notes, and then we changed the words. We read multiple lines of lyrics. Holy macaroni. Now, if you want to practice on your own, I have a recorded version of this song, so please check out the show notes below, find the link, and you can sing along to Old House anytime you want to.
Time to read the music notes.
All right, friends, let's get some rhythm stuff happening. Take a look at the screen. What kind of notes do you see?
Yes, you're correct. There's 4 quarto notes. Tas, if you will.
Ta, 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 ta. If we keep repeating it, it will sound like this. Ta, 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 ta. How long is it going to go? Ta, 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 ta. Forever? Ta, 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 ta. Okay, I'll stop. But the steady beat, friends. 4 tas creates a lovely steady beat. Since this is not the singing segment, I'm not going to ask you to really sing this part, but we are going to make rhythm magic with this next song. This one's called Tideo, and I'm going to leave this part on the screen, so your job is just to keep a steady beat during Tideo. Here we go. Sounds like this. You can follow my ukulele, by the way, because I'm going to play a steady beat on it as well. Pass 1 window, Tideo. Pass 2 windows, Tideo. Pass 3 windows, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Okay, lots of fun stuff to read here in Tideo. So I'm going to have a challenge for you. Every time we say the word pass, I want you to stomp your foot. Did you hear that? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But trust me, I stomped it, all right? I'll play the ukulele. You're stomping, I'm playing. So, you're stomping your foot every time we do the word pass, and I'm just going to do it once for 1 beat. What kind of note gets 1 beat?
I don't know, Mr. Jazz.
Yes, you do know. I know you know. It's a ta. Oh, yeah, a ta. And then I'm not going to do anything after that. So what music note tells you to not make noise? Oh, yes, it's called a rest. So the whole pattern, if I just follow the passes, is actually going to be this. Ta, rest, rest, rest. Ta, rest, rest, rest. Ta, rest, rest, rest. Okay? So your job is to stomp your foot when I say pass and nothing else. 1, 2, here we go. Pass one window, Tideo. Pass 2 windows, Tideo. Pass 3 windows, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. What did you notice? Oh yeah, you just did it 3 times and then you waited and listened to me squeal out the song Tideo. Yes, because that's the only time the foot stomp happens on pass. Okay, we're going to fast forward. Because this time, I would like you to look now and see, Tideo. What kind of notes are those? Tideo. Ti-ti-ta. The infamous ti-ti-ta. Every time I sing Tideo, I want you to clap your hands. Okay, so it will sound like this. Pass 1 window, Tideo. Pass 2 windows, Tideo. Pass 3 windows, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Whoa. So, we played ti-ti-ta every time we did Tideo. Did you keep up? I kind of want to try that one again because it's tricky. Ready? 1, 2, here we go. Pass 1 window, Tideo. Pass 2 windows, Tideo. Pass 3 windows, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Ooh, quite didn't get that last one, but you heard the claps, hopefully. All right, we are now at phase 3. This time, my friends, I challenge you to do the foot stomp on pass and the hand claps on Tideo. So we're going to go through the whole song. You're doing ta, rest, ti-ti-ta. So we're kind of changing. We're not doing anything new. We're just combining 2 things we've already done. Foot stomps on pass, clapping on Tideo. 1, 2, here we go. Pass 1 window, Tideo. Pass 2 windows, Tideo. Pass 3 windows, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Wow, how did you do? Again, that foot stomp on the pass, it only happens 3 times, so those ones are kind of easy. The Tideo happens throughout the whole thing. All right, take a lucky guess what comes next. There's only 1 set of words in the entire song that we have not tackled yet. Well, I guess the window part, but we're not going to worry about the windows. Because once you start stomping on windows, the glass could break and you could get seriously hurt. Don't stomp on windows. Instead, we're going to pat our legs every time we see jingle at the window. Looks like this. Jingle at the window. What kind of notes is in this pattern? Oh my goodness gracious. Jingle at the window. Sounds to me a little bit like tiri tiri titi. Yes, the infamous tiri-tiris, also known as 16th notes, 4 sounds squished into 1 beat. Are they faster or slower than titi? Yeah, they're faster because titi is 2 sounds squished into 1 beat. Tiri-tiris are 4 sounds squished into 1 beat. Holy macaroni. Okay, let's just do Jingle at the Window. So we're going to be kind of bored for a minute, but by now I bet you can even sing along with the song a little bit if you really want to. Ready? Here we go. Ready, and pass 1 window, Tideo. Pass 2 windows, Tideo. Pass 3 windows, Tideo. Here comes Jingle at the Window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Wow, okay. So we got our pass with the foot stomp, ta rest. Then we get our Tideo with the clap, ti-ti-ta. And then we're also adding Jingle at the Window. Oh my goodness. So for the foot stomp, I'm just going to hit this drum. Hopefully you can hear that. If you can't, I'm saying it on pass. All right, here we go. 1, 2, whole thing go. Pass 1 window, Tideo. Pass 2 windows, Tideo.
past 3 windows, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Wow. That is kind of tricky to go through all those different parts. I got almost stuck from jingle at the window, Tideo. That part, the legs to the hand clapping. All right, let's try it again, friends. One more time for the road. Ready? 1, 2, here we go. Past 1 window, Tideo. Past 2 windows, Tideo. Past 3 windows, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. Tideo, Tideo. Jingle at the window, Tideo. How did you do? Let's recap our learning for this rhythm section today. Well, we read a bunch of different rhythm patterns, and we lined them up with words in a song. So pass, remember, got ta, rest, Tideo, ti, ti, ta, and then jingle at the window, tiri, tiri, ti, ti. So it's kind of cool how we got to see the relationship between rhythms and lyrics, and then we added some body percussion part, trying to do them all at the same time. Friends, if you followed along and you read the screen, you read rhythms. Okay, welcome to the Wildcard segment, and on today's Wildcard, we're going to play a game. Yes, a wicked game. What a wicked game you play. That's a really fun song by Chris Isaac. I'm not sure the year it came out, maybe in the late 80s. Anyway, this is a stone passing game from Mexico to a song called El Citron. And to play it, you will need a stone, a rock. Or, I don't have a rock, but I'm using a little piece of a recorder. You basically need something that you can easily pick up and pass. Okay, so maybe a beanbag, maybe an apple. Just don't eat the apple in between, because then it will get all gross as you pass it. So you need a minimum of 2 people to play this game. So if you're listening to this alone, maybe you can visualize what to do, and then you can actually try it with someone. So each person has their own object. You place the object in front of you. You will pick the object up, and then you will pass it to the next person. If you're in a larger group, you pass it to the next person in the circle. If you're in a smaller group of 2, just pass it to the person in front of you. Okay, so you pick and then pass. Then it's time to pick up again, but you're going to be picking up a new object, or the object that was just passed to you by the person on the other side of you. Okay, so we got this pick, pass, kind of creating a steady beat where you pick up the object in front of you, pass it to the next person. By the time you go to pick up again, there should be a new object there for you to pick up. Okay? So I'm going to sing you the song that this goes to. And while I'm singing, do you think you could even practice in front of you, even if you don't have anything? Pretend to pick something up, then pass to your right. Pick up again, pass to your right. Pick up again, pass to your right. Okay? So it starts with the pick up. Okay, I'm going to sing. You're going to try it. Let's get the pattern going. Pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass. Keep it going. Pick, pass. El citron de un fandango, sango, sango, sabare, sabare. De la rondela con su tricky, tricky tron. Pass, pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass. Did you keep up with me? Were your pick passes in line with my pick passes? Oof. Let's slow it down. This is tricky. Ready? Pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass. El citron de un fandango, sango, sango, sabare, sabare. De la rondela con su tricky, tricky tron. Pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass. Did you line up with me that time? Okay. Once you can do that, I can teach you the last part of the game. And this is where it gets really fun.
We got that tricky, tricky throne. Can you try to sing that for me? Tricky, tricky throne. Again, tricky, tricky throne. Oh, yes, you have a question. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Johnson, this is not the singing part of the podcast.
Oh, but it's the wildcard part, so I can ask you to do anything I want. Do 1,000 jumping jacks. Go. No, I'm just joking. Well, you could. 1,000 jumping jacks. That's a good workout. Okay. So, on the tricky, tricky throne, on that part, what I want you to do, you pick it up. Instead of passing, you tap it to the right like you're going to pass, but then you fake the person out, tap it in front of you, but then pass it back to your right. So it's like you do a pass, but you hold on to it, tap it in front of you, then actually pass it to them. So that last part would go something like this. Tap right, tap front, then pass. So I'll give you a couple of pick passes and then into that part. So it would feel like this. Ready? Pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass. Here it comes. Pick, tap right, tap front, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass. Here it comes. Pick, tap right, tap front, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass. Here it comes. Pick, tap right, tap front, and pass. Okay, that happens on tricky, tricky throne. Tap right, tap front, then pass. Tap right, tap front, then pass. On tricky, tricky throne. Okay, I'm going to do the whole thing again. Whew, let's go slow. I promise you, if you do this with actual people, it'll be a lot easier. I'm like confusing myself, pretending I'm passing to the, invisible Mr. Johnson. He never passes it back, though. Come on, invisible Mr. Johnson. Okay, let's start it off. Pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass, pick, pass.
Al Citron, de un fandango, sango, sango, sabare, sabare, de la rondelan con tu.
Tap right, tap front, and pass. Pick, pass, pick, pass. Here it comes. Pick, pass.
Al Citron, de un fandango, sango, sango, sabare, sabare, de la rondela con tu.
Right, tap front, and pass.
Al Citron, un fandango, sango, sango, sabare, de la rondela con su tricky, tricky throne.
Whew, that is a fun one. So I will link in the show notes a video of some kids actually playing that. Once you see it, I think you get a really good idea how it works. And I'll also put a link to me singing the whole thing so you can practice until your heart's content. But let's really take a look at what we learned in the wildcard segment today. We learned a traditional stone passing game from Mexico. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's a really tough little thing. If you sang any part along with me, you started to learn to sing a song in Spanish. Okay? So, happy playing.
Shh! I'm trying to listen.
Okay, and for today's listening segment, after learning that lovely Mexican folk song and game, El Citron, I figured let's talk a little bit about traditional Mexican music. And when I think traditional Mexican music, as I'm sure many of you do, you think of a mariachi band. So mariachi is a style of music in Mexico. By the way, there's lots of different genres. It's kind of like rock and roll. We say rock and roll, and I could be thinking of one type of rock and roll group, but you could be thinking of something totally different. They're both rock and roll, but they sound very different. Mariachi also has similar qualities. But mariachi dates back to at least the 18th century. That's the 1700s, people. That's like colonial America, like George Washington, putting on a sombrero, doing a little mariachi dance. Can you imagine? I don't know if he ever did that. Maybe he did. So, mariachi group, lots of different instruments. You can hear violins, you can hear trumpet, guitar, including a high-pitched guitar called a vihuela. I believe it has 5 strings. And then an acoustic bass guitar called a guitarrón, which is a lot larger and a lot lower. than a traditional guitar. So for today's listening challenge, and you're going to have to find the quiz for this because I am really excited to see what you think of this challenge. You're going to look up two versions of the same song, and you can find them in the show notes. The first one is a gentleman named Vicente Fernandez singing a traditional Mexican song called Guadalajara. So find that link and watch a little bit of that video. Okay, and then you're going to follow the other link. This is a group called Mariachi Flor de Tolache. I assume I'm saying that wrong, but from their NPR Tiny Desk concert. If you skip right to about 16 minutes into the video, it's a total 20-minute video, but if you go 16 minutes in, you will get to hear their version of the same song, Guadalajara. So take a look at both songs. I mean, in total, about 5 minutes of maybe 8 minutes of listening. Okay? So after you listen, I got a couple of questions. Number one, which one did you like better? Two very different versions. Number two, did you notice the instrumentation of the different groups, meaning the instruments that were playing? Were they the same or different? And if they were different, how were they different? Did you notice any difference in the tempo, meaning the speed of the songs? And did you notice any difference in the way the vocalists perform the songs, in the way the singers perform the songs? I didn't really know too much about mariachi music, but I'll tell you, after watching these videos, I kind of want to find out more. Very, very exciting, especially Mariachi Flor del Tolache from the Tiny Desk concert. And if you like music in general, search those Tiny Desk concerts. There's a lot of really, really cool ones. Okay, I'm very curious to see your responses on the quiz. So please don't forget to fill out the quiz and let me know what you thought after listening to these traditional Mexican mariachi songs.
What did we learn?
Okay, here we are at the wrap-up. I really enjoyed today's episode. Lots of cool things. In this singing segment, we got to explore an interesting sound with the la, do, and mi, la, ti, do, which they call minor. In music, a minor tonality, which is the opposite of major. Minor has a very different feeling and sound. I'm not going to say it's sad, because I happen to love it. And then we learned that really cool song, Old House. Do you think Old House was a minor song or a major song? One thing that was kind of cool that also happened in Old House was that we saw and sang multiple lines of words, had a couple of verses in that song. And do you remember what happened between those verses? Do you remember what happened to our notes and what happened to the words?
It's a question on the quiz, people. If you don't remember, go back and find it.
Then we headed off to the rhythm room where we got to do that fun body percussion challenge on the Texas Play Party song, Tideo. Hopefully you kept up with that one. The Wildcard today was a wild one indeed, where we sang Citron from Mexico and played that stone passing game. You know, I played it all by myself. I still had fun, but I'm really itching to try that out with other people in my house. That might be a nice activity for this evening. I challenge you to teach it to someone in your family. It's more fun with more than two people, but you need at least two people. I'll say that. How many people you got in your house? So you can have a big family game of Citron. And be sure to check out the video of the kids playing that one if you have not done so. In our listening segment today, we got to hear some mariachi music from two pretty different groups. And one of the questions on the quiz definitely asks you which one you preferred. I would love to hear your answers and, more importantly, why you're saying what you are saying. So that wraps up this episode of Remote Control Music Class. Thank you so much for listening. I would love for you to connect with me somewhere on the wide world web www. Yes, I'm on Twitter at Steve Johnson Jr. I also have an email address, sjohnsonjr@westerly.k12.ri.us. Yes, I am a music teacher in the town of Westerly, Rhode Island, and that is my email where you can interact with me. You can also check out my school website. It's westerlyelementarymusic.weebly.com. Lots of cool things there. And check out some other videos on my YouTube channel. I would love to hear from you either way, but I appreciate you listening to Remote Control Music Class.
a musical path, remote control, music class. Learn a step of music, gonna have a blast.